Hello. Today I'll be breaking down the final episodes 15 and 16 of Season 2 of The Bad Batch. Before I begin, I want to say thank you all so much for the recent support on the last video in particular. It has gained over 1,000 views and around 15 new subscribers. I'm truly grateful. Now, let's begin this breakdown. Alright. The episode starts with the Batch trying to figure out how they'll find and rescue Crosshair. I believe Tech finds some intel on Ariadu, which is Tarkin's planet. They go there, and Omega places a homing beacon down on Royce Hemlock's ship. While she's doing that with Wrecker, Tech, and Hunter go to collect more intel. And we see Saw Gerrera is also there to blow up an important Imperial facility, as well as kill some important people. I'll go over who they are in a second. So, the Batch meets up with Saw, and then they get their location discovered quickly after. While all of this is happening, in the upper part of the facility have the important Imperials that I mentioned earlier. The two main ones are Tarkin and Royce Hemlock talking about the cloning plan for Palpatine. This part isn't important to the current plot, but Orson Krennic makes an appearance and mentions Project Stardust, which I thought was a great Easter egg, extra Lucasfilm added, great world building overall. Anyway, after their conversation, it switches back over to the Batch where they escape. They go on a train and travel across a railroad in the sky. They couldn't use our ship and use this train to enter discreetly. It powers off because Saw blows up the facility, and the power goes down. Tarkin orders an air attack on the train despite his men being close by and endangering them. This makes me love Tarkin even more because it shows how committed he is to the Empire and governing. Tech must re-enable the power to the train, which means he had to leave the train. All of these train scenes reminded me a lot of Solo, a Star Wars story, and I enjoyed that movie, so it was a good feeling. Tech restores power and tries to get back to the train. He doesn't quite make it before the attack ships arrive. They destroy half the train, and Tech is forced to grapple on. He notices that he's saying the train is down and must make a decision. He sacrifices himself for his brothers to escape. They do so and move extremely fast into and right through a structure, because the brakes weren't working. End of episode 15. Before I get to 16, I want to say that Tech was my favorite Bad Batch character, and I'm really sad to see him go. However, while he's most likely dead, there is a possibility he might still be alive. I'll explain more in a few moments. Alright, on to episode 16. So, the camera is in Omega's perspective as she is concussed from their major crash. They quickly get into the Marauder as the attack ships found them and are now firing. They go to outer space and escape into hyperspace. Since all of them were injured and had nowhere else to go, they went to Sid's place for healing. Omega wakes up and soon copes with Tech's death. You can tell it affected her a lot. This doesn't last for long, as Sid sees the Batch as having too much heat on them and the man has an opportunity to make some money. By giving them away to the Empire, Royce comes with an entire fleet, which makes escape impossible for them. He immobilizes Wrecker and Hunter hears this as he's in the other room. He tells Omega to run with the Z. Hunter distracts Royce, so Omega can escape. Royce tries to convince Hunter to stand down by giving him Tech's goggles. This wants me think that Tech H is still alive, and Royce will do some kind of cloning experiment on him. Wishful thinking because of how far he fell, but still a possibility. Anyway, he wants Hunter to think about his next moves carefully, so he doesn't lose another brother Wrecker. Hunter complies. Then, as Omega is running, she decides that because both Hunter and Wrecker are now captured, she refuses to lose them after Tech's very recent death. She tries to fight them until Echo gets there but fails and gets herself captured. Royce quickly gets Omega to his ship and Hunter and Wrecker into another as they have different destinations. They're going to be questioned by Tarkin. But that doesn't last for long because Echo manages to save them with an ATST. The fact Tarkin wanted to question them makes me think he'll be hunting them down throughout Season 3, but that might just be wishful thinking. Unfortunately for Omega, Royce is too quick for Hunter and the Batch to rescue her, and he travels through hyperspace. He takes her to Mount Tantus. Hunter swears he will do anything to get her back. They arrive on Mount Tantus where Royce blackmails Nalase into doing whatever he wishes. Soon after, Omega is sent to a room where she sees Crosshair as he's recovering from being tortured. I can't wait to see THM together in Season 3 as they grow their relationship. I think both can learn a lot from each other. The other doctor who we've seen for multiple episodes now, whose name is Emery Carr, enters the room and chats with Omega. They talk about trust and we see Emery remove her goggles to tell her that she can be trusted as she is Omega's sister. End of the episode. I thought this was crazy and don't know how it's possible. I'm curious if they'll do something like Emery will befriend Omega, but eventually turn out to be the dark side version of Omega. There's so much they can do with that. Anyway, I'm excited for Season 3 because we'll have a conflict with Sid, Crosshair, and Omega interacting, and more. I enjoyed these last 2 episodes. That's about it though, see ya.